Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Tiffany, and today I'm gonna go over the updated TTC products that I'm using. So to start with, I went to my doctor a couple months ago and asked her opinion about what we need to do about helping us get pregnant, because we have been trying for over a year now and we have still had no success. My doctor went ahead and ordered a semen analysis for my husband Manny. Based off those results, we decided that he just needed to get on a supplement regimen, so he has started CoQ10 and vitamin C supplements along with his one-a-day vitamins that he takes every day. For me, she did say that there is a prescription that we could take, but at the time I wasn't ready to take that prescription because I was told by my doctor that it does increase the chance of multiples. I'm part of a fertility Facebook group, and every woman in there says that the prescription that I was offered doesn't increase the chance of multiples by much. It's less than 5%. So I went ahead and got on that prescription, and that prescription is actually called Letrozole, if I'm saying that correctly. So basically how it works is you start taking Letrozole on day 5 of your cycle through day 9, and that is supposed to help increase the chances of producing more than one egg, which is why it says there's less than 5% chance of having multiple conception, but it does increase the chances just a little bit because it is stimulating more eggs to be released. So I have already completed my prescription of that, and I will tell you that I didn't feel necessarily too different on them. I could definitely tell that I was taking something that was helping in that region, just because I did have like more of like pulling and like kind of crampy pains, but I didn't feel overly emotional, overly angered. I felt pretty normal. I did notice that I was a little bit more emotional, like just a little bit more sensitive, but by far my worst symptom that I could definitely tell was my nauseousness. I was so nauseous when I started taking this medicine, and even after I was already completed with the medicine, I was so incredibly nauseous. Basically what it does, just by my little research that I did on it, is that it lowers your estrogen levels. And so whenever you lower your estrogen level, it produces a chemical and it tells your brain that you need to produce more FSH, which that's the one that produces the little follicles in your ovaries so that you can produce more eggs. So that's just the very, very limited knowledge that I have on it. By no means am I a doctor, and I'm not telling you that this is what you guys need to do. I'm just letting you know my experience with it. So I have gone through that whole prescription, and this is now my 2-week wait period. I am 2 DPO right now, so I'm 2 days past ovulation, so you guys will be getting another video updating you if I conceived or not. During this whole process, I was tracking my ovulation because that's part of the prescription. You're supposed to take it between 5 and day 9 of your cycle, and then you're supposed to have that window of opportunity so that you can successfully try to conceive within that window. So I did use my Mira another time this round. This was my last 5 sticks of my Mira, and same thing that happened last month with my Mira. If you guys watch that video, if you haven't, I will leave it down in the description below, that I never hit a high fertility with the Mira. I only ever hit a medium fertility. So I'm really wondering if I'm just not producing enough of the fertility hormone to conceive. Maybe that's the problem, because this one is clinically and scientifically proven. You know, it really does track it the most scientific detail. So I'm wondering if maybe I need to get more of my hormones checked just to make sure that I'm producing enough hormones to sustain a pregnancy. I do track on my Clear Blue as well as my little OPK from Pregnate. This one is like your smiley face or the little 0 or the O, and this one is the 2-line method. So with this one, I always take a picture of it. So you'll see this was back whenever I was in the high or in the medium range. But basically with these, I always have to take a picture and use my Premom app in conjunction with these, just because for me, the little lines, I can never really tell if I'm at my peak, if I'm at my high, if I'm not. So every time I'm using my Pregnate ones, I always use my Premom app. With the Premom app, they do make an easy at home ovulation stick that goes hand in hand with the Premom app. So I think maybe on my next round, because I'm almost out of my Pregnate ones, I think I will get the Premom easy at home ovulation tracking sticks. Not that you can't use others, obviously, like I've already been doing. I just want to see the difference, if there is any, with those different type of testers versus the Pregnate ones that I've been using. So the other supplement that I wanted to go over today is Pregnitude. So this was briefly mentioned, I think, in another video. I don't think I used it by name, but this was the off-the-counter supplement that my doctor prescribed, or that my doctor recommended I take before I started my prescription. So this I actually bought off of Amazon. I will leave it down below if you guys are interested, but basically this just aids, and like it says, it helps to promote your regular ovulation and helps regulate your menstrual cycles and increase the quality of eggs. So I called to confirm that I could take this in conjunction with the prescription, and my doctor said that that's totally fine. This is a 30-day supply, and you're supposed to do it in the morning and in the evening. I think I did buy this over a month ago. There have been days where I have skipped on the morning or skipped on the evening, so I didn't use it like as perfectly as I could have and should have, but I definitely did use it well enough. So like I said, it's a 30-day supply, and I have maybe, I don't know, maybe like 6 left. So I used it like a fair amount this month, so I'm hoping that maybe that might help in the conception this month, but I'm really, really hopeful for the Letrozole because I've heard success stories, like I said, from my fertility group of women going onto that supplement and conceiving on the first round or on the second round. So keeping my fingers crossed for that. But the Pregnitude, I didn't feel any symptoms whatsoever. It is a mixture that you mix with water, and like I said, you drink in the morning and in the evening, and with that, I didn't feel at all nauseous. I didn't feel grumpy or agitated or any other kind of like menstrual cycle symptoms. I felt really normal and didn't feel any kind of difference. This pack has lasted, this would be my second round on it, so I haven't taken it for the full span of 30 days consecutively, so I can tell you that, like I said, there have been mornings where I have drank it and then not drank it in the evening, so, or some days where I just don't drink it at all. So I can tell you that from my own personal experience, I don't feel a difference whenever I skip a few days and then drink it and then don't drink it and then drink it consecutively. Like, I feel exactly the same. I don't feel like it's making a difference with my hormones. I'm hoping that it's making a difference with my fertility, but not in my hormones or any type of like breakout or anything like that. Everything seems pretty normal whenever I'm taking my supplements. If I don't conceive this month, on the next round, I am gonna buy a brand new 30 pack and try to do it consecutively just to see exactly how that makes my body feel and if there's any more luck with it with that round. So another supplement that we have been using this month to try to conceive is our Pre-Seed. If you guys aren't aware, this is just a personal lubricant that aids with getting them where they need to go. So with Pre-Seed, it is the only one clinically shown to be fertility friendly. Some other personal lubricants can be like gunky or gooey and they won't allow the sperm to travel where they need to go, but this one it mimics the personal CM, so cervical. Sorry about that, my camera just died on me. So like I was saying, the Pre-Seed mimics your cervical mucus so that it has that same kind of like liquidy, not gunky, not, you know, gooey kind of texture. It just feels very slick, and so it helps get them where they need to go. So we were using that this month. The last supplement that I was taking is my one a day. I did consecutively use this though. I am trying very, very hard to stay on my one a day and take one at least one a day. There have been days where I forget and I don't take it that day, but for the most part, I have been pretty regular on this. My nails are definitely an example of that because I have very healthy nails right now, which is not typical for me. So just to go through it quickly, I just wanted to show you guys for this month, like I said, anytime I use my Pregmate ovulation sticks, I do always take a picture of them and record them in my Premom app so that I can get the calculated ratio of the hormone levels. I know that it's not 100% reliable, but it's definitely more reliable to have that number than it is just to me looking at the lines trying to see if they're positive or not. So I started testing on cycle day 6, which is early, but I was starting this early because of the Letrozole. I didn't want to miss my ovulation peak so that I knew exactly whenever we needed to time our window of opportunity. So you'll see cycle day number 6 all the way through cycle day 13 is whenever I hit my first high. So it started on cycle day 13, and then that next morning on cycle day 14, I hit my peak at 1.41. And then the next morning I tested again and it went to just a high again. And then the last day that I tested was cycle day 15 in the evening, which it was back down at a 63. I do feel like I successfully tracked my ovulation, and I feel like we did take advantage of that window of opportunity. I will tell you that I tried to do the basal body temperature charting and I got a few days this month, but to be honest with you, the mornings are so hectic for me. I have to immediately get up and get ready, get Tristan ready for his virtual school, go into my office setting and start working from home. I don't really think to stay in bed and take my temperature. It's just kind of like a get up and go kind of thing. So I haven't been consistent with my basal body temperature charting. I wouldn't feel comfortable telling you guys that it was a method that I used to help conceive. believe it is something that I would like to do because it is just another form of data to collect on my body and how it's working. But like I said, it's just not been working out for me just because of the circumstances that we're under right now. But like I said, I do feel like I successfully tracked my ovulation, and we took advantage of our windows of opportunity to make sure that everything kind of given the best chance going forward. I really highly recommend the Pregnitude. Like I said, I can't tell you if it's helped in conception, but I do know that it has not given me any kind of negative side effects whatsoever. Now, of course, everybody's different. Your body is your body and mine is my own. You may have a completely different experience with it, but I can just tell you from my own experience, this really is a great alternative if you're looking for something to help with conception, and it is doctor recommended. So my OB did specifically by name recommend this supplement to help aid in conception. This is, I think, my 5th cycle with my pre-seed, so I can't honestly tell you if it's working or helping or not. The only thing that I can tell you 100% sure that it's helping with is sometimes in TTC life, it can become a bit, I don't want to say it can become a bit more routine, or it can become a bit, how do I say this? I don't want to say that it's becoming like a job or like a task that has to be done, but sometimes, you know, it helps to give a little bit of extra lubricant to just aid in that department, if you know what I'm saying. So I don't know necessarily if it has helped conceive, but I can tell you it has helped in the aid of taking advantage of the window of opportunity. And then, of course, my 1-a-day, I love these. These are, they come in a pack, the 1-a-day prenatal and the 1-a-day for the men's conception, or the men's before conception pills. So I take mine, Manny takes his, and I don't feel nauseous at all with these. I usually take it with a bagel in the morning because I don't really like swallowing pills just with water, so I usually do take them with food. I love these. I have had a couple different like prenatal vitamins before, like the gummies and things like that. I think these are by far my favorite. I can tell that they're working because my nails get so strong and my hair gets really thick. And that's just something, you know, that I noticed right off the bat with these versus some of the other ones that I was taking beforehand, that these actually were looking like they were making a difference in my body. So love these, recommend these, and then ask your doctor if you want about your Letrozole, or I've heard some women talk about Clomid or Clomid. Yeah, Clomid. They are saying that Clomid has a lot more side effects with it, and you have a higher increased chance of having multiples with Clomid than you do with Letrozole. So I'm really happy that she put me on this one first just to give it a try and see how it goes. She did give me a 3-month supply with these so that if we don't conceive within the first 3 months of using it, she does want us to talk to a fertility specialist to see exactly what's going on and do some more further testing. But that is pretty much it for today's video. I just wanted to go over really quickly all the supplements and everything that I was taking for this cycle. I am keeping my fingers crossed. I am staying hopeful, staying positive. I am praying that this is our month. I know that everything will work out the way it's supposed to, but I just want to let you guys know I really appreciate all of the love and the supportive feedback that you guys give me and all of your positive encouraging words. It really, really does mean a lot to me. So thank you guys again for that. I really do love you and appreciate you. But that's going to be it for tonight's video. Thank you again so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.